Hey everyone, and welcome back. I want to talk about something powerful today. It's about identity, about control, and about the stunning moment when someone decides to rewrite their own story in the most visible way possible. If you're part of the 90-Day Fiancé universe, you know Jasmine Pineda. Let's be real, she's unforgettable. We've known her for her fiery passion, her eloquent, and often explosive, confessionals, her dramatic love story with Gino. We've seen her with those long, dark, flowing locks. Her hair felt like a part of her signature look, right? A part of the persona. Well, recently, Jasmine did something that stopped fans in their tracks. She shaved her head. Completely. And she didn't just do it quietly. She shared it with the world, in a series of raw, vulnerable, and ultimately triumphant posts. But this wasn't just a style change. This wasn't a dare. This was a declaration. This was Jasmine opening up about a private, painful, and deeply personal battle she's been fighting for years, alopecia. And the words she used? They hit me. She said she took my power back. Took my power back. Think about the weight of that statement. Today, we're going to dive deep into Jasmine's journey. We'll talk about what alopecia actually is, because it's so much more than hair loss. We'll piece together the clues from her past that she's now revealing. We'll walk through that monumental decision to pick up the clippers. And we'll explore the incredible ripple effect her bravery has had, not just on her life, but on thousands of others watching. This is about the moment cosmetic choice transforms into radical self-acceptance. So, let's get into it. First, let's rewind. Who had Jasmine been to us, the audience? She was the Panama City professor, glamorous, expressive, with a larger-than-life personality. Her hair was often styled beautifully, down, in waves, in elegant updos for special occasions. It was a facet of her femininity, her aesthetic. In the world of reality TV, where image is constantly scrutinized, her appearance was part of her narrative. But what we didn't see, what she was carrying alone, was the slow, creeping anxiety of alopecia. Alopecia, for those who don't know, isn't just about waking up one day with a bald patch. It's an autoimmune condition. Essentially, the body's immune system gets confused and attacks its own hair follicles. It can show up in different forms: small, coin-sized patches, alopecia areata, complete loss of scalp hair, alopecia totalis, or, in its most extensive form, loss of all body hair, alopecia universalis. It's unpredictable. It's cyclical. Hair might fall out, grow back, and fall out again. The stress of that uncertainty is a burden in itself. You're constantly monitoring, worrying, checking the brush, fearing the shower drain. Every new itch or tingle on your scalp can send a wave of panic. Is it happening now? Is more falling out? Jasmine has now revealed that this has been her struggle for years. Think about that juxtaposition. The woman we saw on screen, projecting confidence and control, was privately battling something that felt utterly out of her control. Every time she filmed a scene, did her hair, there was likely a silent commentary in her head: is this covering it? What if it gets worse during filming? What will people say? She's hinted at it before. In past seasons, sharp-eyed fans noticed she sometimes wore what looked like clip-in extensions or certain hairstyles that added volume. There were comments online speculating about wigs or weaves. At the time, it was just gossip. Now, we understand. Those weren't just style choices, they were likely coping mechanisms, tools of concealment. The wigs and extensions weren't vanity, they were armor. Armor against stares, against questions, against the vulnerability of revealing her condition before she was ready. The psychological toll of this is immense. Hair is so intertwined with cultural and personal identity, especially for women. It's tied to beauty standards, to femininity, to self-expression. To feel it slipping away, not by your choice, can feel like a theft. It can lead to grief, anxiety, depression, and a profound sense of powerlessness. You feel betrayed by your own body. That's the key word here: powerlessness. And for someone like Jasmine, in the public eye, that feeling is amplified 1,000 times. The pressure to maintain an image, to meet expectations, to avoid the cruel comments of internet trolls, it must have been an incredible weight. So, what changes? What leads someone from years of concealment to the moment of buzzing it all off? It's rarely one thing. It's a build-up. A final straw. For Jasmine, based on what she's shared, it was a combination of factors. The alopecia was progressing. The patches were likely becoming harder to hide, making the wigs and careful styling less of a choice and more of a necessity. The energy required to maintain the facade, the constant hiding, probably became exhausting. Imagine the mental load, the constant planning, the fear of wind or water exposing you, the anxiety in intimate moments. It's draining. And there comes a point where the energy of hiding surpasses the fear of revealing. And then, there's Gino. Their relationship has been, well, a roller coaster. We've seen conflicts, trust issues, cultural clashes. But in this personal health battle, Jasmine has indicated that Gino was a source of support. His acceptance, his love for her beyond her hair, likely gave her a safe foundation. To make such a drastic change, you need a sanctuary of unconditional support. It seems he provided that, telling her she was beautiful regardless. That kind of support can be the catalyst that turns a thought into an action. So, one day, she decided. Enough. She stood in front of a mirror, clippers in hand. She filmed it. The sound of the clippers buzzing, the first swath of hair falling away. The look on her face, a mix of determination, nervousness, and a dawning liberation. She didn't just have someone else do it in a salon, she did it herself. That act is so significant. It's an act of reclamation. She wasn't a passive victim of hair loss anymore, she was the active author of her new look. And as the last of the hair fell away, what was left was Jasmine. Her eyes, her expressions, her beautiful scalp. Stripped of the one thing she thought she needed to hide behind. And in that moment, as she's described, the power dynamic flipped. The condition didn't have power over her anymore. By choosing baldness, she robbed the alopecia of its ability to surprise her, to shame her, to force her hand. She took my power back. The videos and photos she posted afterwards are breathtaking. Not because of the look itself, though she truly rocks it, but because of the radiant confidence. The joy. The sheer relief. She posed with a smile, touching her head, owning her reflection. She described feeling free, light, and beautiful. This wasn't an act of surrender, it was an act of victory. A hostile takeover of her own narrative. Now, this is where Jasmine's story transcends personal triumph and becomes something genuinely impactful. She didn't just shave her head and move on. She used her platform, with its millions of followers, to spread awareness. She started talking openly about alopecia. She explained what it was, how it felt, the long journey that led to her decision. For the first time, she connected the dots for her fans. The why behind her hairstyles, the possible source of some of her past stress and insecurities. She gave context to her own story. And the response? Overwhelmingly positive. An outpouring of love. But more importantly, an outpouring of identification. Thousands of comments flooded in saying, "Me too." Women and men struggling with alopecia, with cancer-related hair loss, with other conditions causing hair loss, finally felt seen. They felt represented by someone on a major platform. She became an accidental advocate. And in doing so, she challenged beauty standards in real time. In a world obsessed with long, lush hair as a feminine ideal, Jasmine stood there, bald and gorgeous, redefining what beauty and femininity could look like. Its strength. Its authenticity. It's the courage to be vulnerable. Her act also sparked important conversations about the assumptions we make. It was a masterclass in the saying, "Be kind, for everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about." All those past comments about her wigs? They were reframed. She turned judgment into a teaching moment. Furthermore, she's inspired others to consider their own big chop. People wrote to her saying they'd been terrified to stop hiding their own hair loss, and that her bravery gave them the courage to do it. That's how you build a community, not through shared perfection, but through shared vulnerability. So, where is Jasmine now? By all accounts, she's thriving in her new skin, literally. She's experimenting with her look in ways she maybe couldn't before. Bold earrings, dramatic makeup, beautiful scarves, and, yes, still rocking fabulous wigs when she feels like it. But the crucial difference is choice. She wears a wig now because she wants to, not because she has to. She goes bald because she chooses to. That agency is everything. This journey has undoubtedly changed her relationship with herself. The person who emerges from such a crucible of self-acceptance is often stronger, more grounded, and more authentically themselves. The need for external validation diminishes when you've faced your biggest fear and found yourself still standing, still beautiful, still you. It also adds a profound new layer to her relationship with Gino. They've faced one of the most personal challenges imaginable, and from the outside, it seems to have brought them closer. It's a test of love that goes beyond the usual reality TV drama. This was real. Looking ahead, Jasmine's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. We all have things we hide, insecurities, flaws, struggles. We patch them up, cover them, smile through them. But there is unparalleled power in saying, "This is me. All of me." It's not about shaving your head literally, it's about identifying the source of your shame or powerlessness and confronting it head-on. It's about taking back the narrative. For anyone watching who is struggling with alopecia or any condition that affects your appearance, Jasmine's message is clear: you are not your hair. Your beauty, your worth, your power is not tied to it. And while the journey to believing that is deeply personal, you are not alone. There is a community. There is support. And there is freedom on the other side of that fear. So, when we see that stunning picture of Jasmine Pineda, head smooth, smile wide, eyes sparkling with a new kind of light, we're not just looking at a new hairstyle. We're looking at a manifesto. A declaration of independence from shame. A lesson in courage. She didn't lose her hair, she found her power. And in sharing that journey, she's given a piece of that power to countless others. That's more than a reality TV storyline. That's real, human triumph. Thanks for listening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had a moment where you decided to take your power back? And to everyone out there fighting a silent battle, remember, your story isn't over. It might just be getting to the good part. Stay strong, be kind to yourselves, and I'll see you next time.